Hi, I'm Teresa Davidson, co-founder and CEO of Chains Interrupted. When I was thinking about our last year in preparing to make this video, I was struck by how very far we have come. What started out as a small organization that was 100% volunteer operated now employs 6 staff and has grown into a forerunner in the state. I can honestly say that I don't know of another organization in Iowa doing more with less. We have been very busy this past year, working hard within our 3 pillars of awareness, prevention, and advocacy. So please, sit back and enjoy some highlights of our previous year. Chains Interrupted continues to be survivor-informed, meaning we value and seek survivor voices in our strategic planning, guidelines, presentations, basically everything that we do. This past year, God blessed us immensely by bringing a survivor into a leadership position on the board of directors. Her expertise has been invaluable. In slightly over a year, 4 members of Chains Interrupted received a Governor's Service Award for their work against human trafficking. Co-founder Lenchen Rayside received a long overdue award for her tireless work fighting human trafficking over the last 18 years. Board of Director Heather Brown and I received an award for our work in helping create a statewide hotel-motel training video that the Department of Public Safety currently hosts on their website. Over 13,000 hotels employees received training the first month it was offered. Our Chief Operating Officer, Tish Young, received an award a few short months ago for her years of dedication and sacrifices in volunteering with Chains Interrupted. Those of you who know Tish know just how amazing she is. In addition to partnering heavily at the local level, we also partner with governmental agencies and nonprofits across the state and nation. This past year saw increases in our partnerships with the Department of Public Safety, the Iowa Attorney General's Office, and more. In January, we participated in 13 statewide media interviews during Iowa Secretary of State's Media Day and was the presenter for their webinar in honor of January, which is National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. We helped start and now lead a statewide group of executive leaders of organizations that provide direct services to survivors of human trafficking. We continue to partner with national organizations like the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, who we are working with to pass legislation to protect children from being exploited online. In February 2022, I was honored to testify in front of the Iowa House, along with Protect Young Eyes and NCOSE, for a bill to protect children from being exposed to hardcore pornography on their smartphones and other devices. And as a member of the Iowa Network Against Human Trafficking's Legislative Committee, we work for the safety of children on many bills.
I'm Tish Young, COO. Chains Interrupted has accomplished so much this year. We've increased our community engagement and learning opportunities, our school educational programs, and our corporate outreach events tremendously. So much of this is accomplished through passionate, well-trained volunteers. We often say the best thing we can do is educate. None of what we do would be possible without our team. The whole team, our board of directors, the member board, our amazing staff, so many volunteers, and our donors. This team and their passion to fight for children is how we accomplish all that we do. To our donors, we know how hard you work, and we're grateful you believe in this mission and are willing to support the work we do. We don't take that lightly. A key component to stretching donor dollars is our member board. This group of 8 passionate, giving, and talented humans, Ray Rochester, Deb Oliver, Joe O'Leary, Marilyn Muley, Sharon Kaiser, TJ Phillip, Lisa Becker, and Christine Luby, they meet monthly and are literally the hands and feet of Chains Interrupted. They devote their time, their talent, skills, and so much energy to this organization. They're our first line of defense and prayer, our sounding board for new ideas and opportunities, our champions in the community, and when it's go time, they always come in clutch. Team, we are so grateful for your commitment to the children of our community.
We wouldn't be able to make the progress that we've made without our volunteers. We have two types of volunteers at Chains Interrupted. Regular volunteers help us raise awareness by walking in parades and providing support for outreach and awareness events. Volunteers also help by donating unwanted items to Stuff Etc. or Elegant Repeats in our name, or donating proceeds from their own garage sales. Chain breakers are key volunteers who've been specially trained to be able to speak knowledgeably about human trafficking, and they represent Chains Interrupted through public speaking, tending to information booths, fundraising, and event planning. Events such as our Freedom Ride and Red Sand Project are led by our chain breakers. In 2022, we added our first annual bicycle ride to end trafficking and the Caroling and Cocoa Christmas Walk, both led by our amazing chain breakers. Since the beginning of 2022, we have welcomed 24 new chain breakers. 21 chain breakers have attended a speaker training for at least one of our 13 and growing educational programs. In 2022, Chains Interrupted did 134 presentations with a total of 4,382 attendees. We're off to a great start for 2023 with 62 presentations, reaching a total of 1,919 attendees in just the first 3 months of the year.
Our advocacy pillar includes our Beauty from Ashes program, which refers to the services we provide to survivors of human trafficking or those who are at risk of victimization. Every individual we work with has unique needs and goals, and our advocates have served in a wide variety of ways over the last year. They have made connections and referrals for housing assistance, trauma therapy, and legal aid. Our advocates have helped survivors create a budget, obtain health insurance, apply for jobs, and enroll in classes. They created vision boards, practiced driving, and went grocery shopping. They have also spent countless hours supporting, coaching, and listening, giving survivors a safe place to talk, process, and heal. In addition to individual advocacy, Chains Interrupted has been able to provide a restoration home for our Harbor Home residents. This customized program has assisted survivors of human trafficking to set and meet their personal goals, pursue lasting healing, and move forward in their new life. In the last year, we have had 3 residents, 2 with young children, participate in the Harbor Home program. Chains Interrupted has served over 100 survivors of human trafficking in the Cedar Rapids area since January of 2022. We have partnered and collaborated with many local organizations, such as House of Hope, Waypoint, the Catherine McCulley Center, Friends of the Family, Willis Stady, Riverview, Four Oaks, Foundation 2, and Tanager Place. We are blessed to be able to link arms with other agencies who share in our passion to assist and support the underserved in our community. And we are blessed by every survivor of human trafficking who has allowed us to walk with them through their healing journey. It is an indescribably beautiful thing to watch a human soul get set free.
Hi, I'm Heidi Winterode, the Donor Relations Coordinator. And this position was just added in 2022 to help steward relationships between businesses, individuals, organizations, and Chains Interrupted, to grow those interactions in giving and meeting the needs of this organization. Every month this past year, there have been events to raise awareness about human trafficking within the community and fundraising for Chains Interrupted. And the neat part of that story is, people have reached out to us. One event this summer involved Blue Lagoon Car Wash that contacted Chains Interrupted. They wanted to volunteer their business for car washes, for fundraising. And at the same time, the youth pastor at Radiant Church contacted us and said he had some students who wanted to give of their time to help fundraise. So we coordinated the two and had a car wash in July. We were able to share valuable information to these students about how they could be manipulated online into trafficking, and the business was energized by all this fun student activity and the giving. The fundraiser resulted in $3,000 for Chains Interrupted. An annual fundraiser in the fall is Handbags for Hope, which Jody Booth from Green State, who is a sponsor, has faithfully coordinated this event. This event brings together many people in the community to donate and purchase handbags. LA Trends and Style Encore are businesses here in town that helped to price these purses. Lisa Becker, who's one of our board members, sold jewelry at the event, and many volunteers came to help promote, set up, and clean up. Although the night was a rainy one, the event still raised $3,300. These are just two of the many events this past year that has linked our community together to increase awareness and to join in the fight.
For years, we have been presenting prevention education to high-risk kiddos in places like Foundation 2, Lynn County Juvenile Detention Center, and the Mental Health Institute in Independence. We have seen such an increase in human trafficking in children, along with a decrease in resources, that we couldn't help but respond. I am very excited to let you know Chains Interrupted is now focusing on helping youth through our 3 pillars: awareness, prevention, and advocacy. In Phase 1, we will continue to raise awareness of all forms of human trafficking and provide restoration care for survivors 18 to 24 years of age in our harbor home. We are increasing efforts in prevention through expanding our school, high-risk youth, and survivor guidance programs, as well as building partnerships with community youth mentorship programs. Our advocacy team has already started a new program to equip community organizations to identify and assist youth who have experienced this specific form of victimization. We will also continue to fill in the gaps as we can for partner organizations as we all work together to end this heinous crime.
Hi, Luncheon Rayside here. I'm the co-founder of Chains Interrupted and the board chair. As many of you know, Bob and I moved to West Des Moines about 1.5 years ago, and we're excited to be bringing Chains Interrupted to central Iowa. Of the 3 million plus that live in the state, over 700,000 live in the Des Moines metro area. One of the big things to recap this past year is that we developed a real estate presentation for realtors and home inspectors, and it's a training that the Iowa Board of Realtors has approved for continuing education, and we teach them the signs that they can look for that might identify human trafficking is taking place. Another thing that's been exciting, Rotary Club has made human trafficking their focus, the anti-human trafficking, and so we're being invited to speak at their monthly meetings. And lastly, we're excited to be in the schools. In the month of May, we're going to be presenting to almost 600 students. So that's what I got for you, what's coming from Central Iowa.
As you have seen, we've been incredibly busy this past year. The work we do is not easy, and we have faced significant challenges. But in the words of Winston Churchill, never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about. God put the call to fight against this most heinous crime deep inside our very souls. We won't give up. We simply can't. There is so much to still do, and we are so very thankful for each of you who partner with us. We can't do this alone, and we are grateful that we don't have to.
Thank you for loving the children in your world so much that you're willing to help change their world.
Thank you for partnering with us in the fight against human trafficking.
Thank you for being a part of the solution.
Thank you for not turning away from the harsh realities of human trafficking and exploitation.
Thank you for caring about the children who could be, have been, or are currently being affected by human trafficking.